A bit emotion, but production.
Yeah. Okay.
A bit emotion, but production.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, didn't think I would do a video like this. Didn't think I'd have to tell a 18-year-old that hasn't had a decent relationship how to freaking act to a friend. Let me just say this. Just stop. What you did to Ellis Mark was the most deplorable, dumbass shit I've ever seen a person do. You basically put that man's personal information out there. Like everything. Probably shit he told you in confidence. And you basically just went, no, I just wanted, and then I heard in the freaking podcast you said you wanted to talk to the man in private, but you made a video that basically put his whole relationship on blast, and I'll give you that. You were worried about your friend, I get that, but man, it was this man's relationship. You did not need to bust on it. You did not need to freaking make this video. It's like, why keep the marriage secret? Because, man, do you not understand how freaking someone's fans could be when a person gets married? Sometimes it can be good. Other times it can be bad. Let's look at the VTuber community for a minute. When a VTuber so much as has a fucking girlfriend or boyfriend, they lose their shit. And I hear Ellis Mark and this chick and his wife, they have like a podcast. But when they break up, man, then everybody gonna freaking be on them and be like all this crap. You started Pandora's box, my friend. Look, Ellis, look. I'm not a guy that really digs Ellis Mark's content, but what you did to this man was horrible. Why keep it a secret? Because he wants to keep it a secret, motherfucker. The 18-year-old should not know about another person. The 18-year-old who probably hasn't had a girlfriend for far too long should not fucking be talking to the guy who has a relationship. And for all you know, they could have worked whatever was going on out. And oh yeah, Daft Peter, and Daft Peter, I got a bone to pick with you too, but we're gonna wait. I'm gonna do another video on you. Don't worry. Yep. You motherfucker. Let me just tell you something. You motherfuckers have brought the fan Brad Basher out of me. And you know what? We're gonna have some fun. But let me just do this just out. Listen, little boy. And I'm calling you little boy because this is basically what little boys do. Even though you're 18, you're acting like a little kid, okay? Listen, he is a grown-ass man, okay? He can make his own decisions. You should have talked to this man in private. You should have said your piece. And then let this man decide on himself what he wants to do. Because I learned like last year and a few years ago that I gotta be hands off with my friends when it comes to certain relationships that they have. Because I can't always help them if they don't want the help. You gotta say your piece and let them figure out what they need to figure out. You can't always, this ain't helping. This is more hurting than it is helping. And Dad Peanut, if you were really pushing for this, all the stuff I've ever heard about you, pretty much solidifies everything I've heard about you. Man, it's between Ellis Mark and his chick, okay? You guys may be his friends, but you shouldn't be privy to, you shouldn't be privy to everything in his fucking life that he told you in confidence. Because being a friend is like having, people telling you shit in confidence and not living your mouth to everybody. Having all these motherfuckers get him in a call and be like, hey, and just so y'all can ambush him, why keep it a secret? Why keep it a secret? Because he probably knew you guys would freak out about it. Again, little boys, right, should not be in the affairs of grown ass adults, because I think just stop. You proving how immature you actually are by not understanding the gravity of the situation, by not truly understanding that this man is making his choice, and whatever happens, happens. You should be for him. You should be there for him after if something does. But you shouldn't be, blabbing his whole shit to everybody. That chick probably made some mistakes. They're probably working through it. Who knows? We don't know the story on that. You don't either. You only know bits and pieces. Trust. If I had a friend, if I was Ellis Mark, I would fucking cut all fucking ties with you, dude. Straight up. Because it wouldn't even be just because, that you don't like, that you wouldn't like. It's not about you not liking his wife. It's about you putting all this freaking stuff on blast. Like, it's just really annoying, man. And he probably worked things out with her. They've talked. They probably said a few things. And they're probably working on it. But you, on the other hand, you don't understand that. And some people are saying that you you gave for Ellis Mark and nothing's wrong with that. But probably that's the reason. Probably you got a little crush on him. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your head. And I don't want to know. I'm not going to make a video talking to you and then, reveal that information if it is true, because most of us adults, little kid, have restraint. We have actual restraint. Some people like you, I will never understand. I will never understand. It's not even because you're friends, because you did that just to be like, but I'm helping. I'm helping. Look, my friend McInerney had a problem, and I wanted to help him. But after a while, I figured out that he needed to help himself. I gave that man all of the things he could have needed, so he could help, so he could help himself, and he finally did. May have took him a little while, but he did what he did. Sure, I wish he would have told me all the other stuff sooner, but unlike you, I wouldn't have blabbed about all this shit that he told me in confidence, because that's what being a friend is. Keeping what a friend tells you in confidence to yourself. I want you to know that what you did was deplorable, despicable, and downright just fucking rude. I want you to know that you should be meddling in people's business. Because honestly, let Ellis Mark decide what he needs to do. Let Ellis Mark do what he needs to say, what he needs to say. Don't jump into another man's fucking cornflakes because you feel that you need to do something. If you're a friend, say your piece. Say your piece. Talk to them. With no one involved, no one telling you that you need to do this, and just talk to them as a friend, not as a YouTuber, but as a friend. That's what you need to do, just stop. That's what you need to do. That's what you should have did. And I bet you, Ellis Mark is so pissed off at you. He's probably really, really pissed off at you. I wouldn't even blame him. You literally just told him you basically told the whole of the internet his business. And again, I may not I may not like Ellis Mark as a content creator, but he deserves some fucking respect. Okay. That you and I guess Daft Penis didn't really show him. I want you to know. I've had a relationship with a girl that I care about for years now. And honestly, there are things you consider in a relationship that I don't think you've been in a relationship for a long time you consider that I don't think you actually understand. And from Ellis Mark's perspective, would I take a girl like that cheated? No. But is he trying to find a way to work it out with? He probably found a way to work it out with her. They probably had a big old conversation, talked about it, and they worked it out. And you're like, oh, well, people shouldn't just marry each other after like about a year. I'm like, bro, you don't know how people work. They go at their own pace. Not everybody gets married in like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years. Sometimes it's spontaneous. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But this man has to go through that himself. He has to go through this stuff himself. He has to do this. He has to go through this and experience it himself. Whether it's a bad choice or not, it's his choice. Just stop. It's his choice. And I don't care if you make a video talking about what you just said or you mention me or anything. Because at the end of the day, you are literally an inexperienced, non-romantic noob. And I use that. And I'm not using that ironically. You are a noob. To me, you are. Expecting that it's all going to be all good and everything's going to be okay after that. And Mark is going to listen to you and all this other shit. Because life don't work like that, man. People move at their own pace. People fall in love at their own pace. People forgive at their own pace. You have no fucking control over that. And it's not me just calling you a loser. It's me calling you an idiot. A idiot that is like way too deep in Ellis Mark's personal life. I found like you said, a bunch of information that I don't think anybody should have known about Ellis Mark. And you know, the anonymous guy, I'm not even going to talk about him because I'm actually not going to say nothing. Because, respect. Respect. It feels like a foreign concept to some of you guys. Respect and just being, well, courteous. Because honestly, let me tell you something. I'm trying to tell you this. You got, and listen to me. You shouldn't be doing this shit after this, man. Like, learn from this. Learn from this mistake. Don't get hard-headed. Learn from this fucking mistake. Because I swear to God, the internet is not gonna let you forget what you just did. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't know how hard your audience skews, but the older folk, they're gonna tell you that you should have stayed out of it. You should have let this man figure this stuff out on his own. He probably already did. He kept the marriage a secret probably because y'all motherfuckers would be like, oh! And then why you didn't invite him to the wedding and a bunch of other stuff. But it's like, I just gotta wonder, how close were you guys? And I say were because it's like, after this, I don't think he wants to fucking talk to you. It'd be a miracle if he still does. But I want you to know. I want you to know, Just Stop. What you did was fucking stupid. It's his business, not yours. While you intimately know everything about him, like you want to stroke his hair and sniff it, very so lightly. Like, man, I'm telling you, you giving me Tales. You giving me and Diary vibes, man. You giving me Tales about Diary vibes, and those are not vibes I want to have. I swear to you on that front. Also, folks, if you're, don't be like freaking Just Stop. If you have a friend that's dealing with some shit, say your piece. Say your piece and let them deal with this shit on their own. If they believe you and they confront that person, good. If they cut you out, that just means they gotta deal with this shit on their own terms. You can't help them. You gotta let them go through the process by themselves. If they want to involve you, that's gonna be on them. But if they don't ask you to do that, don't do that. Don't be like Just Stop and intimately know where this man is at all times. Understand that as a friend, there are boundaries. There are certain boundaries that you don't cross. And Just Stop is a clear example of what boundaries you shouldn't cross. And Just Stop, as a YouTuber, I find you really fucking stupid. As a man to another man, I find you utterly disappointed. Well, I rephrase that. Man to little boy, I find you utterly disappointing. I think, someone must have taught you better than that, but I guess you don't. I guess you just didn't give a shit, or you fell under Daft Penis' spell. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know the situation. But what you did was fucking deplorable, and I want you to understand that. Now, if you excuse me, I got other things to do, but I felt I needed to push this video out. And I wasn't gonna do just this, but time got away from me, so I only got to do 2 videos today. So, peace. I might do a third, but not now.
You watching the Big 3 Bucks Network?
Yeah. Okay.
You watching the Big 3 Bucks Network?
Yeah. Okay.